So correlation coefficient is something that you did in ninth grade and probably also did again a little bit in 11th grade. And we're going to talk about it here again in basically the same exact way. It's called Pearson's product correlation coefficient, which is just a different name for what you found before. We are really going to get it from the calculator basically every single time. A couple things to remember. It can only be from -1 to 1. All right. And either of these numbers means a perfect line. The closer it is to a perfect line, the closer it is to either -1 or 1. A correlation coefficient of 0 means there's no correlation at all. Okay, meaning they're unrelated. All right, and then the other thing to remember, and I didn't see a ton of this when I've gone through and done this stuff, but it's just one of these things to remember, that just because there's correlation does not mean causation. Meaning that it just because they have this relationship where they might make a straight line does not mean that one thing is causing the other thing. So we have to keep that in mind when we find correlation. It doesn't necessarily mean that one thing is causing the other. It does mean that they seem to be related based on the data that we have. But we don't want to falsely assume that that means one thing is causing the other to actually happen. We need other tests to see that we can do with statistics. This is the place that we start with. All right. The other thing you're going to get asked to do is talk about strong and weak. Okay. Basically, anything that's like 0.7 or over is going to be considered strong in the negative or positive direction. So this right here is considered strong if they're pretty close to a straight line. Okay. Weak is when they're very spread out, but there is kind of a trend. You can kind of see that these do go up. All right. They go up, through there like that. All right. But they're spread all out. These do go down. They're a little bit tighter packed together, but they're still not in a nice straight line. All right, so we want to use weak, strong, and moderate. And then we want to talk positive and negative whenever we're asked to interpret one of these correlation coefficients.